Greetings, fellow TIs. Now, I live in the Orlando metro area, and I've received an alert from Facebook. Here's a snapshot from my cell phone. I put on my computer. It says United States Army Department of Defense is working. So I put down this wasn't me, because I'm not in the military. I found that to be pretty interesting, and it was even more interesting as I have videos of being harassed at a school. There's a public library in this school nearby my residence, and I entered a library and this lady in the U.S. Air Force and the U.S. Army came up to me in military uniforms, and they just stopped right in front of me and looked at me. It was very eerie. I go upstairs. An hour later, when I'm leaving, guess who comes back in? These people. I was being harassed by children. I was being harassed by families, military families. It was really weird. Even kids from a different county wearing this fireman logo shirt. I guess they got like a youth preparedness group. I was being harassed daily. Every time I went to the library, I was being harassed by women. So I live in Florida now, but in Texas, I went through a lot of stuff with the Fusion Center just by trying to file a complaint on Citizens Core programs. This is really weird. I get these calls quite frequently, and as you can see, it starts with a letter. In Texas, I would receive, I would say, around 45 to 50 calls a day with gunshots, screaming, heavy breathing. And I'm going to share a clip here in Florida. I have like literally, last time I checked, it was 1,400, and I know it's way more than that. I had one cell phone which was paid off for 4 years, and I don't know who paid it. I was being followed around. I'm going to share with you guys. This is from, I think it's called Eagle Security Unlimited, and it even shows you the number of the Stingray detection app. I have the paid version. It's like $2 or $3, I believe. So it's a great app. These new Stingray devices, they can spoof locations to your next door neighbor's house. They can put 10 or 20 in your neighborhood where it will show up. And with this app, you can, if you don't know how to tinker around with it, you can be able to locate the real location of that Stingray device, even though they're spoofing. So it's pretty good to use, because all the old Stingray detection apps, they're all garbage now, and they're easily defeated. And I was targeted over a U.S. Air Force investigation. I'm not going to talk about that now, but in 2010, this was given to me by a, what do you call those people that helped clean up, a relief worker at the World Trade Center. To make a long story short, we were chit-chatting. It was like the worst oil spill I've ever seen in my life in Mobile, Alabama. I mean, the guy we're chit-chatting. He had pebbles and rocks, things he would put on eBay on his free time and on online sites. So I needed to get some information. He's like, here, just grab any pen. And a few days later, I just couldn't sleep, and I decided to do research on this pen. I didn't make any accusations against this company concerning 9/11, but I was harassed by people in black suits and thin black ties, and black SUVs, radical feminists, LGBT people in military uniforms, a tremendous amount of gay people. And I'm not anti-Semitic or racist, but it was quite tremendous. I couldn't believe how many radical feminists were coming my way in school with no bra, and they would harass me. Some of them had no tag. It was just really, really weird. So let me keep going on here. Now, check this out. Recently, I was in a car accident, and I had to go on the Orange Park bike trail to go biking. And I was telling TIs that people were striking the left tire, left side of my bike. And this was happening repetitively. The biking trail is wide enough for a semi to drive on it, and I bike about 9 to 10 inches from the grass. I'm very respectful. My e-scooter is very thin. It goes pretty fast, but I normally go about 10 miles an hour. I'm very respectful. There's bikers by the hundreds out there some days, and they'd be on the very left side, and they would just go to the right suddenly and crash into me. So check this out. This is what happened to my car. It was totaled, and I was recently diagnosed with I think that's how you pronounce it, Quana. So after the accident, and what's really weird is across the street from there, I was being harassed. I never park across the street at that park unless I have relatives, but I was walking one day with a relative. She's like my same age, no criminal record, works all the time, and some people blocked our car in, and they had Kiwansis stickers. And one guy had like his military uniform hanging in the back of his seat. There was a woman with him. I was being harassed by a woman, one time even by an armed person. Really creepy. He had no fishing rod, and that's considered a crime in Florida. So I'm going to share. Well, actually, let me go back to this. Hold on 1 second. So the girl that hit me was Mexican, and I seen her hit my car, and she was laughing. It made no sense. And then she sued me and was going to try to put, I guess the lawyer was going to try to put a lien on the house, do all types of damaging stuff. Well, I had video evidence, and they had to drop her case. And I was being harassed by Mexicans, and I told the police, the person at the intake that called the cop to do my report, I told them I was being harassed by Mexicans. They were throwing gang signs at me, and I've never seen a gang here. And this happened one time, and the cop that did the report, he made a one-sentence report. It's the only time I have filed a report on a woman, and any time I showed up to watch the sunset or take a walk, guess who showed up? The same woman, and her friend had a NASA sticker on her car and a sheriff sticker. This video may be long for those that want to watch it all. Remember what I stated about NASA, because I'm going to share some other videos, and one of the people's wearing a NASA shirt, and I seen them later again, and they had an emergency preparedness sticker on their car. Hopefully I'll find it and add it to this video. So let me see. I'm going to share these videos, and there's one video that I tried to download, and Google won't let me download it. The file will come up with the name MP4, and then when it downloads, it comes up, it says download, and the file comes up white. It won't even open. So I'll place it underneath this video, the link, so you can actually check it out. Peace.
Messages.
This is my life.
New message.
My voicemail, so it's freaking me out.
To replay this message, press 1. To delete, press 7. To save, press 9. For more options, press 6. Message saved. New message. To read message saved. New message.
It's not coming out right.
To replay this message, press 1. Message saved. New message.
Working fire noises.
Message saved. New message. To replay this message, press 1. To delete, press 7. Message saved. New message. Message saved. New message.
Work on sheet. Let me go to the next. Save that message. Go to the next one.
Message saved. New message.
More gunshots. Let me go to the next message.
Saved. New message.
Hello, fellow TIs. This guy was my neighbor, and what's really strange is that my doctor has worked for the same organization, the same environmental organization, which is also a Citizens Corps program. This guy knocked on my door one night, and I had just finished making a blog called don'tkillyourbaby.blogspot. And 1 minute after publishing the video, he knocks on my door. I live upstairs, and my security cameras actually show him walking to my residence. And he asks me, he says, "Hey, I'm missing a dog." So the ladies that work at the front desk, they really liked me, especially these two women that were sisters that worked over there. I believe they're sisters or related anyways. They looked up his information, and he has no dog on file. He pays no extra fees. So check this out.
And most of these people are Hindu. They have a background in the IT field. One of them worked for the Office of Personal Management, I guess where FEMA's office was at, temporarily during that storm.
I also caught this man. One day I was walking to my mailbox, and I'm living in a gated community. Everyone there is pretty much middle class. You don't see raggedy cars. Anyways, one day I seen him and with two kids smoking marijuana, and then they went in their apartment. I was walking to my mailbox.
They hit Houston, Texas. So I see, a connection here, maybe with his employer. Maybe I'm being slandered. He works for the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality. I'm sure.
So the Texas Commission of Environmental Quality is a Citizens Corps stakeholder. Any environmental office, like even where I live here down the road is an environmental office. And upon moving here, I was harassed by a few people that work at that facility, and also some people that I believe that are Type 2 volunteers in police service nearby the area.
They're a respectable organization, but they're also involved in public safety work, so they could be signing non-disclosure agreements. So that's pretty much all I wanted to share. I apologize for the poor quality of this video.
I've mentioned I've been harassed from people that live across the street from me, and I mentioned it to the.
All these people drive white vehicles. There's times I shared pictures of this. I look out my window, and I'll see 12 white vehicles, all the same model. And these people would mob me, harass me. And this guy, one day, I exited my apartment. He ran out, and he was holding a piece of pizza in his hand. He walked up to me, he whistled, and then he went back to his place. I just found it really, really weird. And then other neighbors started going along with it.
FBI about a year ago. So this guy works for a government contractor, and he moved here in 2014, I believe. Here's his information, the same guy. And you look here and look, it comes up withheld pursuit to B6, which is something you see under like the Department of Justice, especially Exemption 6, where they withhold information. So let me see here. So he worked there for 27 months. He came here in 2014. So that means that most likely he's been living here at the time. So let's also look at this. We can see the symbol here, which is the DHS symbol. You see that? The eagle? And let's go over here. So we see the similarities. Here's.
Now, Exemption 6 means top secret. So I hired a private investigator, and we started investigating this guy because of the harassment. He lived directly right across the street from my place. There was times where I would exit my place, and over 15 people would exit and start whistling. pressing their car alarm buttons, their panic buttons, or their button to arm their car, and it'd be one car after another. A lot of these people, oddly, after going through their trash late at night to gather receipts, literally all of them are ex-military, tied to the IT, state, city, and local jobs. I just found it really weird.
They don't get gas. They just park there, and there's parking spaces all in the front. So check this out. So look at the back of his car. You see an antenna, one of those lights like police have. And this is down the road from that place. They show up there. They don't park in the front. They park in the very last lane. Now check this out. So they didn't see me because they went in the gas station. So what I did was I went in the gas station too, because I was praying to God, because I was having all these strange experiences with people wearing NASA t-shirts, in the past radio ham operators, block watch. And I just wanted to know, who's doing this, who's supporting this, who is responsible, who has knowledge of this. And afterwards, this is what happened. So hold on. So bear with me one moment. Let me go here. That's one of the guys that was driving. And there's the other guy right there. He's wearing yellow too. Now notice that gang stalkers normally they're really into sensitizing targets, and they're into color coordination. So let's keep going. And there was a girl too. Okay, that's her right there. She was with them. And I've been having these encounters with people. They have their hair like dyed purple, they wear NASA shirts, and they network with these people that drive black SUVs and black suits and wear ties. So I'm assuming maybe these different contractors, prime contractors, deal with police, and that's how they're able to keep a lot of this stuff hush-hush, because they're probably exchanging money. Now you can see the NASA symbol. Wait me one moment. Now you can see the NASA logo right here. You see it? NASA. And when you look at the shoes, what do you see? The black and white colors. A black jacket. Well, yesterday was the 7th. The temperature was extremely hot. Let's see how hot it was in Austin. Okay, hold on one second. Because I believe it was over 100 degrees. It was brutally hot. So let's go here. It was, 97 degrees. But I'm telling you, with the humidity and everything, it felt like it was hotter. So I'm sure that's right. So anyways, let me go back here. Where's that video at? So these people, they didn't park when I came here. When they parked, this pump was empty, this pump was empty, and this pump was empty. But as they parked in the furthest one, and I had been telling people for a while that I've been having these strange encounters with people that wear black and white clothes and wear jackets and follow people, and they deal with people that wear the same colors. So they're coming, and they normally will come out at the same exact time. And you don't see nothing in their hands. Look at that. Her hands are in her pocket. See? Look at his hands. Nothing is in their hands. They're parked at the very farthest pump. They don't get gas.
And she's wearing a massive t-shirt.
And they come in. It's done very, very subtly. So the average American, when they look at this, they would say, no big deal. It's probably two gay guys together, they're friends, whatever, dressed in the same similar type colors. So, gang stalkers.
Greetings, fellow TIs. Now watch this. I'm at a park, and you'll notice a white truck, and that white truck parks next to my vehicle. So I'm taking a walk in nature, as my doctor had advised me to due to my health, and I end up seeing these two guys in the woods. To make a long story short, let me show you. You should actually just past it where you can see them, and walk back to my vehicle. And I decided to walk for an hour, but I was going to go for an hour walk, but I only went for 3 minutes because I didn't feel comfortable. So I walked back to my vehicle, and as I walked back to my vehicle, within not even 3 minutes of being in nature, they walked back to their vehicle. So I decided to get in my car and park on the other side of the park, and they follow me. And I'm walking back to their car. Let's see the back of their shirt. Okay.
So, isn't it weird? On there.
So I'm getting in my vehicle. Let me go back a little bit.
They came and parked right next to me. And they walked just 300 feet. Their tag is, let me go around here so that way they can't. So, hold on, let's see. It's JDR 9701. So they have a canoe.
You know, they're following me. Look at this. Watch this part of the video. So let's keep going.
They're gonna follow me.
So you can see I'm driving to a different side of the park, and they're actually following me in that same white truck.
Isn't that something? So I'm here, coming to a park, and they park next to me. And so it's like I'm being followed almost. So check this out. Get better
So I decided to go walking. Watch this.
at just to give you guys some idea. I've been experiencing this of hours. I'm gonna ask.
So let me go back. I parked the vehicle.
Really, really odd stuff. Doing this. That trail they were on. That
See,
trail.
those are the same two guys. So I start walking, and those are the same two guys. Now watch this.
I went into the woods to see if anything. That is a real good count.
So when I decide to walk back to my vehicle, watch what happens.
I'm gonna walk back to my vehicle, and between police is when they're walking back as I'm walking back. Isn't that something? How this stuff is here.
So I get in my vehicle to leave, and there they are again.
So that concludes my video for today on counter surveillance. guys.
And there's that white truck again with the canoe. What's the coincidence?
32 on Dorsey, 199 racetrack.
1242. Racetrack.
32 on Dorsey, 199 racetrack.
1242.
32 on Dorsey, 199 racetrack.
1242.
32 on Dorsey, 199 racetrack.
1242.
This is called Wolf Branch Road. This guy gets behind me doing the same game, CWW T24, and he has the police blue line on his vehicle. I found it really, really odd. And then you'll notice a bunch of people coming in wearing these reflective vests. So this guy, he spent his gas station around. Oh, there he is right there.
I wrote the date of this incident just in case this this receipt ever fades. From opening and closing it, it's getting kind of faded. Now, I don't live in Mount Dora, but I've had odd experiences there in the past by older people and people which appear to be ex-military. I'm going to share with you guys an audio which was requested from this police department so I can figure out what is going on. So that way I can get an idea if I'm being flagged in the community as being dangerous upon arrival. I don't know anyone here. I'm experiencing odd stuff at gas stations. It's started occurring around 2003, around February. So hopefully I can figure out what's going on. I'm going to share the audio of the police dispatch so that way you can make your own assumption.